Welcome to this deep dive all about Simone Biles. We're going to be going through a bunch of different sources, audio clips from a docuseries, a YouTube video, even a clip from a movie about her life, really to kind of understand her journey, the incredible pressures that she faces, and how her story kind of reflects these changes happening in the world of gymnastics. And get this, before becoming like this total gymnastics legend, Simone faced challenges, few could imagine. She actually spent time in foster care.
It's true. Yeah. And, that experience, it really shaped her early years. The sources really paint this picture of instability and uncertainty for her. There's this one moment where Simone talks about being more worried about her brother disappearing than herself. Just, it highlights the emotional weight she was carrying, even as like a small child.
Yeah, it really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? But then her grandparents, Ron and Nellie, they adopted Simone and her younger sister. And what a heartwarming turn of events.
Absolutely. Ron and Nellie provided the stability and love that Simone needed. It's clear from the sources that their home became like her anchor, a safe haven where she could finally flourish.
And flourish she did. It's fascinating how Simone's entry into gymnastics was almost accidental, like a daycare field trip led her to a gym, and she just took off.
It was more than just taking off. The sources describe her doing a back tuck just from watching a cheerleader. That's not just like trying it out. That's raw talent shining through.
It's like she was born to defy gravity. And then along comes Amy Borman, her coach. She recognized Simone's potential right away, and she played such a crucial role in nurturing her skills.
Amy's impact, it goes beyond just coaching, though. The sources really show this deep connection between them, like a mentorship, that's vital in a demanding sport like gymnastics. It speaks volumes about the trust and understanding they built together.
Absolutely. And, from there, Simone's career just skyrocketed. She started competing and just consistently surpassed everyone's expectations. Winning after winning, it seemed like she was constantly pushing the limits of what was possible in the sport.
Yeah, and here's something I find really interesting. Even with her undeniable talent, Simone couldn't participate in the 2012 Olympics because of age restrictions. Imagine being like a potential gold medalist but having to wait.
Hard to fathom all that potential just waiting in the wings. But then came the 2016 Rio Olympics, and Simone just took the world by storm. 4 gold medals and a bronze at just 19 years old. What an achievement.
Phenomenal achievement, no doubt. But Simone's journey wasn't all sunshine and roses. In the wake of her Rio success came the shocking revelation of Larry Nassar's abuse. This cast a long shadow over the sport, and its impact on Simone and the gymnastics world was profound.
It's heartbreaking to realize that even as Simone was reaching these incredible heights, that such a horrifying betrayal was happening behind the scenes. The sources mentioned that USA gymnastics officials were aware of the abuse, but Simone and the other athletes were kept in the dark.
It's devastating. A devastating example of systemic failure. It adds another layer of complexity to the pressure Simone was already under.
It makes her accomplishments even more remarkable knowing what she was facing behind the scenes. This brings us to the Tokyo Olympics, where things took a significant turn, not just for Simone, but for the entire conversation surrounding mental health in sports.
Yeah, it's important to remember the immense weight on Simone's shoulders going into Tokyo. The pandemic, the isolation, and the expectations to win, it was just an extraordinary burden. This is where we start to see the cracks in the seemingly invincible facade.
Okay, let's unpack this, because Tokyo is where things get really interesting.
So imagine like the pressure of the Olympics, right? But then you compound that with like a global pandemic and just this intense scrutiny from everyone. It's really no wonder that Simone began experiencing the twisties. It's this phenomenon that gymnasts describe as like a mental block. It causes disorientation in midair. And the sources detail how terrifying this was for Simone, essentially losing her spatial awareness while she's performing these incredibly complex routines.
It's hard to even fathom that fear, performing these high-flying maneuvers but feeling like you've lost control of your body. It must have been incredibly disorienting and dangerous.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember this isn't just about physical risk, it's a mental battle too. Simone was wrestling with immense internal pressure alongside, those external expectations. And that's when she made the incredibly difficult decision to withdraw from the team competition.
Yeah, a decision that sent shockwaves through the world of sport. And it wasn't without controversy. The sources we had really highlight the mixed reactions to Simone's choice.
For sure. Some praised her for prioritizing her mental and physical well-being, for breaking the stigma surrounding mental health in athletes. But others felt like she'd let her team down. Some even went so far as to call her a quitter.
Yeah, there's this particularly powerful quote where Simone talks about not wanting people to call her a quitter again. You can just hear the pain and frustration in her voice, the weight of carrying those past judgments. It really humanizes this incredible athlete, reminding us that even the strongest among us struggle.
Yeah, that vulnerability resonated with a lot of people. And it sparked this wider conversation about the pressures athletes face, the need for support systems, and the importance of prioritizing mental health, not just in sports, but like in every aspect of life.
It was a pivotal moment, wasn't it? Like a shift in how we view athletes and the immense pressure that they face. And Simone didn't shy away from the controversy. She owned her narrative, used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness.
Yeah, and that's what makes her so inspiring. Instead of crumbling under the criticism, Simone used it as fuel to further her message. Her journey from the depths of despair in Tokyo to her eventual comeback. It's a testament to her resilience and the power of self-belief.
That comeback is truly remarkable. The sources describe Simone focusing on mental healing, rebuilding trust in herself and her abilities. And here's where the support of her husband, Jonathan Owens, becomes so crucial. He encouraged her therapy and training, but never pushed her beyond her limits. It's a great example of how partners can provide support without taking over.
Absolutely. It's about creating a safe space for your partner to heal and grow at their own pace. And it's clear that Jonathan's unwavering belief in Simone played a significant role in her recovery.
And then just a year after Tokyo, we see her back in action at the 2023 World Championships, where she successfully debuts the Yurchenko double pike, a move so difficult and groundbreaking that it was named after her. The Biles the second.
Think about that for a second, a move named after her. The Yurchenko double pike is a vault that requires incredible strength, precision, and daring. Very few gymnasts even attempt it. And Simone not only performed it, but made it look effortless. It was like a statement to the world. Simone Biles is back, and she's pushing boundaries further than ever before.
It's mind-blowing. She not only reclaimed her physical strength, but also her mental fortitude. She redefined what's possible in gymnastics, proving that comebacks aren't just about physical healing, but about mental resilience and unwavering self-belief.
And then, of course, fast forward to the 2024 Paris Olympics. At 27, Simone becomes the oldest U.S. female gymnast to compete since 1952. Imagine the pressure of returning to the Olympics after everything she'd been through. It was a testament to her dedication and passion for the sport.
I was on the edge of my seat watching her compete in Paris, and it wasn't a perfect journey. The sources mentioned she faced a calf injury during the competition. It had everyone wondering, could she overcome yet another obstacle?
It was a tense moment. But as we know, Simone Biles thrives under pressure. She went on to win gold with the U.S. team, reclaiming her individual all-around title. And perhaps most satisfyingly, taking home gold in the vault, the event that had been her undoing in Tokyo.
It was a truly remarkable comeback story, and I think what makes Simone's story so captivating is that it's not just about athletic achievement, it's about resilience, self-belief, and the courage to push boundaries, both physically and mentally. It's inspiring to see how Simone used her platform to kind of destigmatize these mental health challenges. You know, it's a message that extends so far beyond the world of sports. It touches anyone who's ever felt that pressure to be perfect, to hide their struggles, you know, to push through pain.
She really shattered that image of like the invincible athlete and replaced it with a message of vulnerability and authenticity.
Yeah.
By acknowledging her struggles and prioritizing her mental health, Simone gave others permission to do the same. Her story is a reminder that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness.
And that's a powerful legacy to leave behind. What stands out to you about how she kind of navigated all the backlash and criticism that she faced?
Well, what's remarkable is how Simone turned the narrative around. Instead of letting the negative voices define her, she used them as fuel to amplify her message about mental health. The sources highlight how she actively engaged in conversations, challenged misconceptions, and advocated for change. She didn't just talk about the importance of mental health, she lived it, demonstrating the power of vulnerability and self-care.
It really makes you think about the pressure to conform, to fit into these predefined boxes of what success looks like. Simone's story really encourages us to break free from those limitations and to find success on our own terms.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that our worth isn't tied to achievements or external validation. It's about embracing our authentic selves, vulnerabilities and all. And that's a powerful message for anyone struggling with self-doubt or societal pressures.
This deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening. Simone's story is so much more than just gymnastics. It's about resilience, courage, and the power of using your voice to advocate for yourself and others.
It's about redefining what it means to be strong, both physically and mentally. Simone Biles' journey reminds us that true strength lies in embracing our vulnerabilities, prioritizing our well-being, and having the courage to set boundaries.
So to our listener, as you go about your day, consider this. What does Simone Biles' story teach us about owning our narratives and setting our own terms for success? How can her example inspire you to embrace your authentic self, prioritize your well-being, and never stop pushing boundaries? It's been an incredible journey exploring Simone's story, and I have a feeling her legacy of courage, resilience, and grace will continue to inspire us for years to come.